Neglected dog recovers and looks like a whole new dog. Before we continue with the rest of the video, we could use your help. Click the like button to help spread word about watchJojo animals, and also be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell so you don't miss our future videos. Thankfully, he is healing and in a loving forever home. You have to see these before and after pictures. They are unbelievable. Imagine spending most, if not the whole of your life, chained and unable to see the beauties this world has to offer. We can all agree that's not much of a life, right? The sad reality is that many dogs who are kept at breeding farms share the fate of being held in captivity for crimes they didn't do. This might be one of the biggest reasons why people should always consider adopting over buying a furry pal. Odin is a dog who was kept in awful conditions. Chained and severely neglected, he spent his life outdoors all year round. Odin was involved in a very severe neglect and abuse case. Someone concerned called in about his condition and several other dogs' condition at a property. The scene was like something out of a nightmare. Odin was clinging to life, severely underweight, with several skin infections, mange, intestinal worms, heartworms, and extremely broken teeth. He was hardly recognisable as a dog, much less a majestic Malamute. Odin, the Rescue Malamute Fund's Facebook page says, Odin didn't resemble an Alaskan Malamute. When the kind volunteers of the Southern Pines Animal Shelter and Southern Cross Animal Rescue of Mississippi rescued this poor soul, there was no chance for them to guess Odin's breed. The moment they took the dog in their hands, they were well aware he was going to need a lot of time to recover. They quickly rushed him to the nearest hospital and knew how they had to find a foster home as soon as possible. Luckily, Sydney Shelpkoff was willing to take the dog in and nurture him to health until he was ready to move to a forever home. Poor Odin looked like he was taken straight out from a nightmare, foster mum Shelpkoff told the Dodo. He was emaciated, almost completely hairless, covered in wounds with cracked and broken teeth, and incredibly weak. He had a putrid smell to him from his horrible skin infections. Basically, whatever could be wrong was with this poor guy. The problem wasn't only in Odin's pretty bad physical condition, but in the emotional wounds that couldn't heal that easily too. He never had a chance to experience what it was like to be loved and cared for. He didn't even know how to act around humans. The pup was totally confused, so much that he didn't know how to be happy for his new pain-free life. Shelkopf was heartbroken. She just couldn't believe there were so cruel people out there who would let an innocent animal suffer that much. He sniffed around the whole house and kept looking back at me like, what's the catch? For weeks after I got him, he would just lay in a spot. I couldn't get him to play with toys or act like a normal dog, Shelkopf said. After those weeks passed by, Odin finally realised he was at a safe place. No one would hurt him ever again. He now knew of love and devotion, and his trust in humans was there. Shelkopf was aware of the effort Odin put into turning a normal dog again, and she wouldn't let him go through another ordeal of having to be separated from her and start all over again with some new family, so she decided to adopt him. The second night I had brought him home, he was brave enough to come to bed with me, Shelkopf said. He climbed onto the bed and just threw his body on me, looked up at me with such heartfelt eyes and sighed in a loving embrace. I knew Odin had finally found where he needed to be. But Odin's journey was far from over. Odin's transformation is just a proof what love can do. He now looks like a completely new dog, but his mummy says he's still healing. He is currently undergoing heartworm treatment, which has been a huge battle, Shelpkoff said. We have our good days and our bad days. Once all our heartworm treatment is done, we are going to have some corrective surgery on his teeth. Unfortunately, a lot of them are in bad shape, and we are going to do everything we can to get them as best as we can.